All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim Rakakwadash. I'd also like to give double honors to my elders and apostles at Great Millstone that do well. And I would like to say peace and salutations to the Lord's elect, the hopeful elect, and the 1/3. And Lord's will, this lesson is edifying as well as exhorting to the sincere sheep of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakakwadash, and Thawadiya Bashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakakwadash. Forgive me the inspiration to do this lesson. And as the title reads, Jake and Esau have a problem with the doctrine. All right. So just got in. All right. Was checking YouTube and, I saw this video earlier. All right. 17 hours ago, which the elders on their live are going into this right now. Okay. And then also just caught wind of this. All right. In the same breath, Brother Hassad is responding to his false prophecy pertaining to Gog in the last days and pretty much their rulership. And it's a false prophecy. Okay, so be aware. Okay, I do want to let you know, be aware. Hassad is a false prophet, and there are many false prophets that are going to deceive many. So collectively, right now, we see Esau and Jacob. The only doctrine that they're going hard against, all right, ultimately, is the doctrine of Great Millstone, okay? And we're seeing that on all sides as we get closer to the end, okay? So here's Esau and here's Jake collectively having a problem with the doctrine that has been given to us through the Rakakwadash, and we've been taught this doctrine through the Rakakwadash by our elders and apostles. Real quick, this just came to mind. Let's see what John 14 and 26 says. Or is it John 14 and 16? Let me see. John 14 and 26. It says, John 14 and 26, but the Comforter, which is the Holy Spirit, whom the Father will send in my name. This is why we don't call on Christ. Okay, so if you're listening to a man prophesize and he's calling on Jesus, God, or Christ, you should slowly walk away. Okay. It says, he shall teach you all things and bring all things to your remembrance whatsoever I have said unto you. So we now are receiving a remembrance of the truth. Okay. Then being studied. Okay. Being built up, going into the scriptures, going into the breakdowns, we're learning. Okay. We're learning all this information through the Rakakwadash, which the world is not accepting, starting with the world of Israel first. Okay, you got Jake not accepting Apostle Paul. Now Jake's got a problem with the Holy Spirit. So we're just truly at the end. Okay, this is why Yahushai said, let no man take thy crown. You have to understand that right now, that collectively, within and without, all right, you have enemies all around you, carnally and spiritually trying to take you out. Okay. And once they get you, then they leave you. All right. It's like in the Sirach, I think that's 10 or 13. If he has need of thee, if he has profit, he will use thee. And then, pretty much he'll desert you. So be aware. OK, carry and conduct yourself in a very spiritual manner, meaning spiritual sobriety. OK, don't get drunk in instances to where you forget. Oh, man, I'm supposed to, So be aware of these things. All right. We are collectively. The gospel, the doctrine is collectively being attacked on all sides right now. Okay. And we're watching it in real time. Okay. Right here in real time. See that? Right here. Okay. So this is in real time. This is happening. And then he just went live. So we're watching the enemy within and without. Remember, not all skin folk is kinfolk. Now, this is John 14 and 17, even the spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive. Now, that world first is what? The world of Israel, because we know John 3:16, John 3 and 16, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. So we know that world is referring to the nation of Israel, just like in this context, it's referring to Israel first, but the spirit of truth, even the world itself cannot receive, because even the world itself, for the majority of people, do not accept the truth that we speak upon on the highways and hedges. So now you have a more clearer understanding why there's a pushback why there's such a resistance, because the Lord is not dealing with all Israel. And this is a prime example. So when we have Jake get on the comment board and say, we want you all to come together, such and such and such and such, you have to understand that there will never be unity ultimately for the nation of Israel until we get into the kingdom. Look, so Tino Roll says GMS hit the like den. Let's look up Tino Roll. Tino, what is that? I just want to see. I'm going to pull a card out of the Elders book. I just want to click on this man's page, and I just want to see if Tino Roll teaches. Okay, let me try this again. I just want to see if Tino. I know he don't. Well, maybe he do. Look, I don't want to bear false witness. See how we apply the law in all aspects. Or Tino Raleigh. Just curious. I think it's a green one. Let's see. If it doesn't come up, I'm not going to go to. Let's go to channels. Okay, not seeing too much. Okay, well, let's just click this one. So maybe that's him. All right. So we'll go back. Just wanted to see when I see people, talking, and if you're not a teacher, you really shouldn't say nothing. Okay, you're telling them hit the like. Well, we're doing a video on it now, because at the end of the day, we prophesize for those that believe. Okay, so let's finish this and then let's get that real quick too. John 14:17, even the spirit of truth whom the world cannot receive, and we see they can't receive it. Okay, you have an Israelite that is prophesizing you falsely right now, telling you that after Babylon is destroyed, that Russia as Gog is going to be in power for a period of time, which he does not know. But he's saying that after Babylon's destroyed, the elect get beamed up, change in the twinkle of an eye. Yahweh Shai coming, destroying all the nations in the valley of Jehoshaphat. Okay, Babylon getting nuked to hell and back. All right, Israel as well. All right, some other parts of the earth getting hit, bombarded, World War III going on, and he's saying that Russia's going to rise up and rule. That is a false prophet, and you do not understand or can't wrap your head around the power of Yahweh Shemel Shai. And it says the earth is going to rock to and fro. So what rulership are they going to be ruling in? I don't want to even go into it that much, because sometimes, the best thing to do is just correct the false prophecy and move on and not try to wrap your head around their logic on the matter. We don't need to figure out why they think the way they do. Okay. Ultimately, the Lord's not dealing with them. Okay. So you are collectively watching opposition from within and without. So you brothers and sisters, you need to be on guard. The serpent, all right, can be a Jake too. Okay. Now we know the serpent in the garden reincarnated, came back as Esau. That's why it says that old serpent and the devil. But you got to be aware of the serpents amongst your own nation. All right. You better watch it. Even the spirit of truth whom the world cannot receive, starting with the world of Israel first. And we're seeing that because it seeth him not, neither knoweth him, but ye know him, for he dwelleth with you and shall be in you. So at the end of the day, the prophesizing, going into these scriptures and breaking down is ultimately for the body of believers. Okay. It's not for those that don't believe, but those that do. All right. And there's one scripture, haven't gotten a while, but I believe it's in John. Let me see. Is it 17? It's a good one, but basically it goes in, or is it 1 Corinthians 14 and 21? Let's go to 1 Corinthians real quick. All right, let me get that for you. We're just here to edify. Yep. 1 Corinthians 14 and 22. Real quick. Watch this. 1 Corinthians 14 and 22. All right. This is about you holding that crown. 1 Corinthians 14 and 22. Wherefore tongues are for a sign, not to them that believe, but to them that believe not. But prophesying serveth not for them that believe not, but for them which believe. See, so he's false prophesizing for them that believe not, and we are prophesizing correctly for the brothers and sisters that believe. It's a very big difference. It's a very different spirit from here to us, and we see collectively Jacob and Esau are completely collectively against the doctrine. Okay, so this is why you have to apply biblical jujitsu. All right, you got to have biblical jujitsu. This is Galatians 1 and 6, perversion of the gospel. I marvel that ye are so soon removed from him that called you into the grace of Hamashiach, not Christ, Hamashiach, unto another gospel. So you'll have portions of our people that will listen, and then guess what? They're going to turn away. But at the end of the day, we're not going to call you. You're not going to comment on your video. Not going to shoot you a WhatsApp message and say, hey, no, we are in a time of seeking our own salvation while it may be found. We are over here holding on to our own crown. Okay. You have to understand you have a crown and you need to hold on to it because they are attacking you. And they really what it is Satan. Satan is attacking the church of Yahweh Shai, and he wants to remove members. Okay, so be aware because they are out here, and not every brother is a brother, and he calls himself Brother Hassad. Okay, oh, and since he calls himself Brother Hassad, let's go into this. Well, let's talk about what brothers can do. Jeremiah 9. Okay, Jeremiah 9. A lot of men have been outed for their actions and the spirit that they're in. Jeremiah 9:4. Take ye heed, every one of his neighbor, trust ye not in any brother. But that's Brother Hassad. Well, it says trust not in any brother. For every brother will utterly supplant, and every neighbor will walk with slander. So this is the mindset you have to understand in this walk. You are here to get the doctrine, get the understanding, and pray to keep it, pray to be of the elect, okay? You know, if you are a man of the Lord, you know, you're going to be teaching, going to be edifying, you know, things of that nature. Now, there's different offices, okay? Some men may have hold different positions, but for the most part, the most important thing that we're to be doing is teaching. Remember, it says, pray for laborers. The harvest is plenty, but the laborers are few. So even in the harvest being plenty and we're still working, we're seeing opposition. It's like another guy got hired and he's over here trying to tear down what we're building up. But guess what? At the end of the day, the gates of hell shall not prevail. So we apply biblical jujitsu. What do they call it? BJJ, right? Well, I call it biblical jujitsu because at the end of the day, we are here for to defend the gospel. Okay. This is Philippians 1:7. Even as it is meet for me to think this of you all, because I have you in my heart or in my mind, insomuch as both in my bonds and in the defense and confirmation of the gospel, ye are all partakers of grace. See that? Now, verse 17. But the other of love, knowing that I am set for the defense of the gospel. So at the end of the day, we're here on offense, and then we also apply defense. Okay, now when you go into this word defense and you look it up, it means verbal defense, speech in defense, a reasoned statement or argument. Okay, so this is what we're here to do. This is the true apologia. Okay, we have a verbal defense for the truth. Okay, because there's more lies than truth. And then even within the Israelite community, you have a lot of false prophets. You have a lot of false teachers. Now, I put the word false prophet in, pulled up 21 times, I believe just in the New Testament. Check this out. This is the words of Yahweh Shai, Matthew 7:15. Beware of false prophets. What is he doing? He's prophesizing unto you falsely. Jacob and Esau. Esau's coming against you being an Israelite. Then you have Israelites coming against the prophecy while we're waiting to get out of here. Okay. This is what we are up against. Okay. But we have Yahweh Shai on our side, just like Apostle Peter. Okay. Let me get that. Because at the end of the day, you have to understand when you look into the context in the book of Acts, which we're in Acts right now, we do a weekly sit down each chapter till we get to chapter 28, Adawan Ratazah, meaning Lord willing, Adawan, Lord, Ratazah willing. And within that, we read about how many times Apostle Peter was surrounded, Apostle Paul was surrounded. So there's so many times in the scriptures where the men of the Lord were always outnumbered. Okay, they're always going to be outnumbered. So you know, it's just pressed in my spirit to give more of a biblical narrative of what's going on. So a sheep doesn't come around and goes, you know, man, the GMF, they're always being, well, that's what happens to the truth. The truth is always going to be attacked. You know, no one else corrects any other Israelite camp. Notice that. Is there any other Hebrew Israelite camps that you see correcting other Hebrew Israelite camps? No. If you wear t-shirts with fringes, you get a pass. But the week in and week out, garment to the foot, in season, out of season, prophesizing, keeping the same doctrine, we're always attacked, okay? But this is why Yahweh Shai said, even the gates of hell shall not prevail. And this is like the second time I brought this out this week. So you see the season that we're in. This is Matthew 16 and right here, verse 18. Okay. And Yahushua said this to Apostle Peter because Yahweh opened Apostle Peter up to know that Yahushua was the anointed. Okay. Like us, we've been opened to know that Yahushua is the anointed, to know that this is the truth. And ultimately, John 10 tells you the sheep hear my voice. So you're going to have a lot of people that are going to side with false prophets because all we're watching is false shepherds and false sheep, okay? Or just lost sheep, all right? Jake's just lost. They're sincerely lost, and they're not humbling down in their lostness. So now you're going to have to sit with the title of being a false prophet by telling our people, okay, that when Babylon falls, we're going to have to wait while Russia rules for a little bit. What a terrible garbage false prophecy, okay? I'm just being honest, all right? And our salvation is on the line, okay? This is Naquam, which Naquam means vengeance, all right? Acts 20 and 29, for I know this, that after my departing, shall grievous wolves enter in among you, not sparing the flock. Now, what does that mean, not sparing the flock? Because you could say, well, you know, I met this brother, meaning they're not sparing you with their doctrine when it comes to their false prophecy, okay? And since I just saw this, let me say shalom. Zion, what does it say? Zion, Nawan, daughter. Hey, shalom, yabash mashai brakathum to you brothers and sisters. I truly mean that. And if you watch my videos, and I know you mean in sincerity, I'm not an elder, okay? You may look at me as one. I'm a young, humble servant trying to make it out, okay? Every day's a fight for me. I'm just trying to make it out like you brothers and sisters. You know, we're all going to receive the same penny. You know, I just pray that you're edified. The scriptures say, feed my sheep, okay? I don't identify myself as one. You know, you may, but I don't. There's many other men that have been in this serving the Lord longer than me. I'm just hoping to be of the elect. Okay. I'm just hoping to be of that number, you know? So let's go back into this. Where were we at? I know I get to talking. Salakia, excuse me for that. Yes, we are right here. All right. So let's go into this. Okay. Matthew 16 and let's just start at 17 for the context. Okay. For the believers. It says, and Yahushua answered and said unto him, blessed art thou, Simon Bar-Jonah, for flesh and blood is not revealed it unto thee, but my Father which is in heaven. And I also unto thee, and I say also unto thee that thou art Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. See, this is the gates of hell. My response to great millstone. This is the gates of hell. Tear down this wall. See that? You have to realize what you have been given and the knowledge that you're able to receive, it is now under attack at the highest it's ever been. Okay. It's been under attack way before me, you, us have known this truth, but we see it collectively being attacked together from outside and within, which makes me think about this scripture. Okay. This is First Maccabees. All right. And there's so much that I could say. I'm not going to get into specifics, but if you have eyes to see, you'll see. Okay, man. I'm not going to listen to a guy lined up, edging up his mustache and his sides. And, if the Lord is allowing you to see, it ain't hard to tell. What Nas say? It ain't hard to tell. First Maccabees 1 and 10. And there came out of them, okay, I'll start at 10. And there came out of them a wicked root, Antioch, surnamed Epiphanes, which was the fourth, right? And it says, son of Antioch, the king, who had been in hostage at Rome, and he reigned in the 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks, Edomites, also found in Daniel's in Daniel's 7th chapter. In those days went there out of Israel, what? A brother? Yes, look, out of Israel, wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. So there's always There's always going to be a wicked leader, false prophets, wicked shepherds, always. Okay. Be on guard, be on watch. You got to be on watch. Don't be in this. You're an Israelite. I know that spirit. When I first came in, I thought every Israelite camp was the same. Okay. This is why you hear me made statements about when I first came in, I went to the ISBK because they were the only Hebrew Israelites in the city that I was in. Because you get to a point after YouTube, you may want to go and visit and this, but then you get built up and understand what this thing's really about. So when you first come in, you have this naive sincerity to you, and that's what they do. They take advantage of all the new believers that don't know nothing. Okay. They're not teaching. Majority of the people that watch these other guys are not teaching. They're not being built up to teach. Okay. They're just listening and yesing everything. Okay. So be aware. Matthew 7:15, be aware of false prophets, meaning be aware of false Hebrew Israelite teachers prophesizing unto you falsely. Okay. Right here. This is all false. Okay. And another thing, which, hey, maybe it's just me. Okay. Maybe it's me, but I personally have an issue when I click on another Hebrew Israelite video and the first thing that pops up is a YouTube ad. It's like, damn, why do I still got to go to Babylon to get to you? Like when you brothers and sisters click on our videos, it's just straight, it's straight the lesson. Yeah, we're going right into it. Maybe have a little music in the back, but nothing crazy. But when you click these other guys, you got to wait 5 seconds. Then you got to wait for another video. It's like, what's up with that? Why is there all these hurdles to get to the quote unquote truth? But when it comes to ours, it's just straight. What Elder Apostle Tahar say? Straight, no chaser, raw like sushi. It is what it is. Okay. We're over here fighting to stay in near Yahweh Shemel Shai, meaning teach, edify, being used to teach and to edify. And these guys just we're just in the time where you're going to see it. Okay. And the Lord's going to show you who he's dealing with. And let me tell you this, the Lord is listening to us. Okay. The Lord is listening to our sighs and our cries. He hears us. He sees what's going on, and they will get judged very soon. Okay. Swiftly too. Matthew 24:11, and many false prophets shall arise and do what? And shall deceive many. Okay. They're going to deceive many. So this is where you now are applying the name. Okay. You're applying faith. All right. And you're applying the doctrine. Okay. And then you understand, okay, this is the home of the truth. This is why it's being attacked. This is why there's opposition. All right. Let's see. There's a little bit more. Let's read this. 2 Peter 2:1. But there were false prophets also among the people, also among the Israelite people, even as there shall be false teachers among you, Israelite brothers and sisters. Akyam, Akwath, be aware, who privately shall bring in damnable heresies, even denying the Lord that brought them, and bring upon themselves swift destruction. So, hey, you got to understand that there are enemies in this walk. Not every brother is a brother. You can't pray for everyone. You can't call everybody a brother. Oh, that's another good point. He calls himself Brother Hassad, right? Well, can we call him a brother? Let's do this. We're getting a little better at my typing. They that do the will of the Father. Okay. So let me see. Matthew 12:50. But it says, for whosoever shall do the will of my Father, which is in heaven, the same is my brother, and sister and mother. See that? So just because you're a fellow Israelite doesn't mean I can call you a brother, or just because you're a fellow Israelite don't mean I could call you a sister. There's many brothers and sisters out there in the Israelite community that despise us, hate us, don't even know us, maybe never even saw us, but because we're in Great Millstone, they have this certain idea in their mind of us. So in the same breath, we can't just say, oh, look, that's a brother. You know how many Israelites that I've met on my walk, just in Walmart, the zoo, and the gym. Okay. And they treated me, they acted like I was a demon. I'm like, damn, I'm just working out. I'm just getting groceries. I'm just at the zoo. See that? They drive by us with these looks and remarks, but it's okay. We're not tripping. But in the same breath, we understand as well, just because you know you're an Israelite doesn't mean now I can call you brother. Brother Hassad. I'm just using him as a focal point. Nothing crazy, nothing important. Okay, just a hot topic of the week, something to share with the sheep of edification, as well as warning and admonishment and exhortation, or to be aware. False prophets, even of Israel. Okay, so not every brother is a brother, and not every sister is a sister. You can get on the comment board and say shalom and be a complete nigga in the world. See, so this is all about sincerity at the end of the day, and the elect, the hopeful elect. Collectively, the 1/3 will make it out. Okay. So now that I got that, let's go back into this. It says Galatians 1:7, which is not another. Let me read this again. Galatians 1:6, I marvel that ye are so soon removed from him that called you into the grace of a Mashiach unto another gospel, which is not another, but there be some that trouble you. See? So you have teachers and false prophets that are out troubling you and would pervert the gospel of a Mashiach. Now, I like this word pervert, because what it does is it pinpoints a certain characteristic what these false teachings ultimately do to the sheep. Okay, look, to turn around, to turn away. So let's put it this in. Sheep, you know, I like visuals. Okay, sheep following a shepherd. Okay, let's go right here. So here you have the sheep walking, right? Here you have the sheep walking. Then you have men on the left. Men, you got IUIC, ISPK, Sakari in the rap video. He's in a Hellcat over here. Brother Hassad, you know, I'm just trying to preach and pride. They're over there. And then this is the brothers and sisters walking, following Yahweh Shai, following the elders, following the doctrine. Be ye followers of me. But then guess what? They're on the side whispering, hey, come over here, come over there. And you click over here. Now you ass off the path. Now you off the path. See that? What did Elder Apostle Hard tell us? Stop window shopping at IUIC. You have to be aware, because these guys got spirits on them. So you could be watching a video and it could sway you. Okay, it could sway you. Matter of fact, since I said that, see, the Rakakwadash has it has me like warning the young brothers and sisters that have woken up. Okay, because remember, even Amalek will go after the feeble. He'll go after the ones that are straggling behind, that are trying to catch up. So you know, through the Rakakwadash, okay, through the teachings, we are shepherding unto you. Ephesians 4:14, it says that we henceforth be no more children, tossed to and fro and carried about with every wind of doctrine. I watch IUIC. Now, when I first came in, I did that. I watched IUIC for the law. I watched Pre-Sabak for precepts. I watched Great Millstone for complete edification, prophecy, and doctrine. Then I watched IHBK because I had that black love spirit on me. See? But then it finally, you know, it didn't take long, but I finally, it was slowly narrowed to all I watched was Great Millstone. Okay. So it says, and carried about with every wind of doctrine by the sleight of men and cunning craftiness. Damn, that kind of makes sense. I will put a 1 in the chat. That makes sense. See? And cunning craftiness, whereby they lie in wait to deceive. They want to deceive you, and even being deceived themselves. Remember, it says the deceived and the deceiver are his. Is that Job? Is that Job 14? Let me see. Job 12. Excuse me. It says, with him is strength and wisdom. The deceived and the deceiver are his. See that? So at the end of the day, those that are deceived are because they were set up to be deceived, and the deceiver was set up to be the deceiver. You see that? They're stumbling blocks. So these guys are just stumbling blocks. If you get wooed, swayed by this individual, you're not of the elect. If you get swayed, moved, and believe, you're not of the elect, because this is a false prophecy and this is a false doctrine. Okay, very simple. All right, but on all sides, we are being attacked. Okay, on all sides. Now going back, so they want to turn you around. Okay, they want to sway you. Yes, you sitting on the couch, not knowing what to do. You remember the commercial? Galatians 1:8. But though we or an angel from heaven preach any other gospel unto you than that which we have preached unto you, let him be accursed. So you could be listening to an individual that is cursed. And there are many out there. Okay, there are many. I mean, I don't know why it just comes to mind, but let me just show you another one. Okay, let me show you a cursed individual. Stay away. There are a lot of men out here that are teaching, doing their own thing. There's a reason why they're by themselves. Okay, you see guys out here teaching shaloming. You want to know there's a reason why they're by themselves. Okay, he just comes to mind. I don't know why, but I just want to share to warn you. People like this, there may be someone in the chat that has no idea this guy is a complete bug out, and you're watching him not knowing, no, this guy is not. This is another watch out. Okay, this guy right here, watch out. Look at his beard. Okay, where's the rest of it? Watch out for these individuals. Okay, see that? Watch out. They're out here. Okay. And the Lord is warning us. He's allowing you to get warned. He's allowing you to hear. He's allowing you to see. So you on your own, when you're surfing the web, you can't sleep. You're watching a video. You know where to stay away from. Okay. So let's see. Read it one more time. Verse 9, Galatians 1:9. As we said before, so say I now again. Gotta say it again and again and again and again until we get home. If any man preach any other gospel unto you than ye have received, let him be accursed. You let him, they're a curse. All right. Leave him alone. Let him be. All right. Let it be. Okay. Let him be. But this is all a part of the true apologia. All right. Which is the Greek word for verbal defense. Okay. Warning you. Now let's get this one. The warnings of history to the ungodly. This is Jude 1:3. Beloved, when I gave all diligence to write unto you of the common salvation. See, so we have to be diligent. We have to carry ourselves in a manner of tending to the flock. All right. Know the state of thy flock, which is amongst us in our brotherhood. Okay. Keeping a watchful eye. See, being watchmen. It's a full-time job. It's because we're under a full-time attack. We're under a full-time attack constantly. And I haven't got my hands on that Ephesians video yet. So I'll be going to that. And then where was I? I was just in Jude. Let me go back to Jude. Let me get this. So Adon Ratazah, I'll be doing a lesson on responding to that false doctrine by that demon vocab who's set up to sway you, being a stumbling block, ultimately trying to take salvation away from you. You have to understand your salvation is on the line. Now, yes, all Israel will be in the kingdom, but there's only a portion that are going to be getting there by deliverance. Other Israelites are going to have to go through extreme, gruesome, Jacob's trouble, pain to ultimately be born in the kingdom. But we want to be the first fruit, meaning the first generation, meaning we will be of a generation where we partook in rebuilding the nation of Israel in our kingdom. Okay, here on earth. All right. And that will be through the act of how we are created to bring our people back. And that's through sex of a man and a woman. Okay. So I want to be of that number. I want to be of the first fruits, So I'd rather be born again now than born again later. See, Jude 1:3. Beloved, when I gave all diligence to write unto you of the common salvation, it was needful for me to write unto you. See, so this is needed. These lessons are needed. All right. And exhort you. You're being exhorted. You're being admonished. You're being warned. Okay. Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Yeah, I used to watch them or this or that. See? And that's why Yahushua said in sheep clothing, because you may look at a false prophet and say, oh, that ain't a false prophet. That's your brother Hassan. See? But that's how they're supposed to look. They're supposed to carry themselves in a manner that doesn't reveal who they really are. See? And exhort you that ye should earnestly contend for the faith which was once delivered unto the saints. Who are the saints? Those that made a covenant with Yahweh by sacrifice. Who did that? The nation of Israel. Now, let's go into this word contend, going back to the word biblical jujitsu. I like that terminology in a sense because we are defending the gospel right now more than ever. All right. So, you got to have a spiritual fighting style. So let's look up this word contend. I'm about to wrap it up. Okay. So when you go on this word contend, of course, it means contend, which means to fight, right? But then when you go into this etymology of the second word right here, it means to enter a contest, contend in the gymnastic games, to contend with adversaries. See? So we verbally defend, we verbally have speech and defense against adversaries over doctrinal differences. And we stand on the doctrine that has been laid, and we keep that because remember, there are some that will not endure sound doctrine. How many times have we brought this out? We are in this season. Let's put this in another translation. All right. ESV, for the time is coming when people will not endure sound teaching, but have itching ears. They will accumulate for themselves teachers to suit their own passions. So you want to know why a lot of these other Israelite groups have so many followers? Because those followers can still continue in their lustful desires while portraying themselves as Israelites. Because my original lesson I was going to do today was going to be a lot of you are playing dress up. Meaning a lot of our people are putting on the clothing, putting on the wrap, putting on somewhat modest apparel, putting on a front, but inwardly, what are they? Are you an Israelite inwardly, or do you showcase you're an Israelite outwardly? So we're living in a times where the Lord is truly searching Jerusalem with candlesticks. Okay, so continue to stay in this sound doctrine. Okay, this is a doctrine sent from on high. All right, the edifications, the teachings, the chart, the prophecies. All right, you have to understand that Satan is trying to prevail against the church of Yahweh Shai, and there's many people that are being used. See that? So trifecta right there. All right, within and without Jerusalem, we're under attack spiritually. Okay, so keep your guard up. And real quick, just for edification's sake, remember Ephesians 6. You got to take on the whole armor. Okay. Ephesians 6:10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. See that? For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities. See, biblical jujitsu. Principalities, demons, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. That's the shades, man. He acting kind of shady. See that? So they're everywhere. All right. So continue to endure, continue to watch, continue to be steadfast, continue to be unmovable. Oh, I got to get that. 1 Corinthians 15:8. All right. 1 Corinthians 15:58. And then I'll end it there. All right. 1 Corinthians 15:58. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, meaning you can't be like, damn, well, maybe God will rise up. Well, maybe no, ain't no maybes, man. Okay, we ain't in maybe land. All right, we have a sure word of prophecy. This is why Yahweh Shai said, "Let no man take thy crown." Hell no, it's mine. It ain't taking mine. Trying to take me out. That's how you got to feel. This motherfucker trying to take me out. You doing these lessons is trying to take me out, take me and my household out. For the men. You may have a family. You got to look at everybody, man. If I'm done, everybody done. See, that's how I look at it with false prophets, people like vocab. Motherfucker, you trying to take my line out. You trying to take my lineage away from me. That's how I look at sin, adultery. Oh, I like this woman. So you mean to tell me you're gonna lose your position in the kingdom over some ass? Hell nah, man. Hell nah. You're gonna lose this over a t-shirt with fringes on? Man, it's bigger than Nino Brown. 1 Corinthians 15:58. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord. For as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. There it is, man. Okay. So, remember, we're also in the beginning of sorrows. Things are going to kick up. So this is where we apply Yahweh Shai more than ever. You have to apply Yahweh Shai now more than ever. Okay. Jacob's trouble's around the corner, but as long as we're in the hand of Yahweh, through Yahweh Shai, we can't be moved. So we're into the time where we're going to be applying those milk scriptures, the scriptures that comfort us and kept us on our day-to-day. We're going to have to apply that when we see death in front of us, when we see prophecy in front of us, okay? Faith is going to have to be applied now more than ever. And if not, well, it's because you're not of the elect. So continue to hope that you're of the elect while we endure until the end. So with that being said, I truly pray that Yahweh Shai sheep were fed. I pray that you brothers and sisters were edified, exhorted, and also comforted, Adon Ratazah, your questions in the spirit were answered, and they continue to be answered, as we move forward. And I just want to say, call halal, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash. And I'd also like to give double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone that do well. And I would like to say peace and salutations to the Lord's elect. With that being said, shalom.